Now we talk about the quadrate lobe, that is rectangular in shape. It is present on the inferior surface of the liver. The caudate lobe was present on the posterior surface. Quadrate lobe is present on the inferior surface of liver. And talking about its boundaries, on the right side of the quadrate lobe we have fossa for gallbladder. On the left side we have fossa for fissure for ligamentum teres. Anteriorly we have inferior border of liver, and posteriorly we have porta hepatis. Now we talk about this porta hepatis. This porta hepatis is also included in the right lobe. It is present in between the caudate and quadrate lobe. So talking about porta hepatis is present in the right lobe. Along as the caudate lobe and quadrate lobe were included in the right lobe, the porta hepatis is also present in the right lobe of liver. It is present in between the caudate and quadrate lobe. You can see posterior to the porta hepatis we have caudate lobe, and anterior to porta hepatis we have the quadrate lobe. That's the caudate lobe. Okay, here you see that's the porta hepatis. Posterior to porta hepatis we have the caudate lobe. Anterior to porta hepatis we have the quadrate lobe. Now the arrangement of structures. Now what is this porta hepatis? Porta hepatis is present in the right lobe. It is present between the caudate and quadrate lobe. Porta hepatis, posterior to porta hepatis we have caudate lobe. Anterior to porta hepatis we have quadrate lobe, and on the margins of porta hepatis lesser omentum is attached. These are the margins of the porta hepatis. On these margins the lesser omentum is attached. Okay, we will study in other videos, in other lectures, that what is lesser omentum when we will study peritoneum. Okay, so on these margins of porta hepatis lesser omentum is attached. Now from posterior to anterior, what is present in the porta hepatis? From posterior to anterior we have the, first of all, the most posteriorly we have the portal vein, then we have hepatic artery, and most anteriorly we have the bile duct. So the structures passing from posterior to anterior are portal vein, hepatic artery, and bile duct. What's this? Portal vein, hepatic artery, and bile duct. Okay, now a question arises: what enters the porta hepatis and what leaves the porta hepatis? So here you see what enters in the porta hepatis are the portal vein. The portal vein enters the liver, hepatic artery enters the liver, hepatic plexus of nerves enters the liver through the porta hepatis, whereas the right and left hepatic duct and the lymphatics leaves the liver through the porta hepatis. That's all about the porta hepatis. Now we look at the hepatic segments. Okay, so talking about hepatic segments, we have drawn a picture of liver which is slightly very odd. Well, never mind. Okay, so that's the left lobe. The left lobe is divided into 4 parts. The right lobe is also divided into 4 parts. These are numbered as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, we named them, numbered them, now we name them. Okay, so this is the right anterior. Right anterior include the hepatic segment 5 and 8. Right posterior include the hepatic segments 7 and 6. Then here we have the left medial, not anterior posterior, here we have left medial, which includes segment 1 and 4, and left lateral. We have left lateral, which include the segments 2 and 3. Okay, so these hepatic segments have surgical importance. They have surgical importance. Now Talking to you about the blood supply of liver. Blood supply of liver is 80% venous, supplied by portal vein. Portal vein has less oxygen saturation, but it is rich in absorbed nutrients from the alimentary canal. Okay, so it has low oxygen, but it is rich in nutrients. 80% blood supply to liver is venous blood supplied by portal vein. 20% is arterial blood, hepatic artery, by hepatic artery, and it has good oxygen saturation. Okay, venous drainage of liver is done by hepatic veins, the right and left hepatic veins, which drains directly into the inferior vena cava. These hepatic veins are divided into two groups, the upper group and the lower group. These two groups together keep the liver in position. Now talking about the nerve supply of liver. Nerve supply. Liver is supplied by hepatic plexus of nerves, which include both the sympathetic fibers as well as the parasympathetic fibers from the vagus nerve. And I already told you, if there occur the enlargement of liver, it will enlarge downward in the right iliac fossa. Here, when I told you about the regions, I told you that the normal location of liver in the human body is in the right hypochondrium, epigastrium, and in the left hypochondrium till the left lateral line. If there occur any enlargement, hepatomegaly, then liver will enlarge downward in the right lumbar region, Okay, so that's all about liver. We have discussed liver, its location, okay, its surfaces, its borders, notches, and in the right lobe we discussed about the right lobe, boundaries of right lobe, caudate lobe, its processes and its boundaries, porta hepatis, its structures from posterior to anterior, and also what enters the liver through porta hepatis and what leaves the liver through porta hepatis. Then we studied the quadrate lobe, its characteristics and its boundaries. All these things, caudate lobe, porta hepatis, and quadrate lobe, were included in the right lobe. It also includes the 5 surfaces of the liver are also covered by the right lobe because it is covering the 5/6 of the liver, so it is very large. Talking about the left lobe, it is smaller, making only 1/6 of liver. It is flattened and it has tuberomental rounded elevation, also called omental tuberosity. Okay, and here we had a look on the anterior surface of the liver, the diaphragmatic surface made by anterior, superior, and right lateral surfaces, and in it we can see only 2 lobes in anterior view, only the right lobe and the left lobe divided by falciform ligament, whereas in the posterior view we can see 4 lobes of liver, right lobe, left lobe, caudate lobe, quadrate lobe. In addition, we can see porta hepatis, the bare area of liver, inferior vena cava, left triangular ligament, right triangular ligament, superior and inferior layer of coronary ligament, anterior and posterior layer of left triangular ligament, fissure for ligamentum venosum. Ligamentum venosum is the remnant of ductus venosus. Here we see the ligamentum teres, and there we have the fissure fundus of gallbladder. Okay, so now we see posterior to porta hepatis we have the caudate lobe, and anterior to porta hepatis we have the quadrate lobe. Quadrate lobe is rectangular in shape. Okay, and this is the visceral surface of the liver made by the posterior surface and inferior surface. That's all about liver's anatomy, and we will study the ligaments and the relation of liver in the next video. Till now, any question you can ask me in the comments.